Thwippity thwip thwip, the time has come. The Empire is here to reign. Spider-Man No Way Home jazz. We have exclusively covered Empire Magazine's exclusive coverage of Spider-Man No Way Home by exclusively commentating on Cosmic Warren Wonder Spider Warren's exclusive coverage. And apparently this leaked yesterday. I've just avoided it, specifically for this Cosmic Wonder Week that we've been having here. There's been other videos sprinkled in. Stop saying all we cover is this. There was literally 3 uploads in a row that were not Spider-Man.
Go check out our Squid Game fan cam.
4 videos in a row,
Go
actually.
watch our interview with Liam McHugh. Go watch something else.
So I'm gonna miss this coverage by the time this movie comes out, man. This is an awesome journey, and we're just a month and a half till we're at the freaking finish line.
Crazy. It still feels like forever.
I'm excited. All right, guys, let's watch this and see what Warboy has to say.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And today, the article for Empire Magazine officially came out, the one that we've been talking about for about a week now. And with that new article comes 4 brand new photos for Spider-Man No Way Home and a little bit of information about the movie. Now, it's nothing really big. However,
look how green that is.
Tobey Maguire
Boom in the shot. Looks so green.
I know,
in
right?
the article, and they
nice
are
coat.
teased. So much like the other days of this week, lots of Spider-Man
Andrew
news
mentioned
today, and I'm going to break it all down. And let's start with this one of Doc Ock, because I truly think that it is the most interesting for a few reasons here. One, a photo was released yesterday where Doc Ock was holding up Spider-Man. Now, yesterday he only had 2 arms holding him up. One was wrapped around him and the other was holding his head. Now, this is probably the same scene. The background is a little bit different. It looks like they could be under the bridge instead of on top of the bridge, but we do see a car
downtown,
webbed up to the right of Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. Now, we've obviously seen the photo of Doc Ock throwing the cars, and as I predicted, Spider-Man was probably running to try and save some of the cars by webbing them up and making sure that they don't fall off the bridge. It looks like he was pretty successful in that part.
Okay, so he wasn't running away just because he was terrified of Doc Ock.
He was trying to catch some
It's
cars.
just how the photo looked.
Yes.
We'll see who's right.
Don't slander Spider-Man with a bad picture, okay?
But damn, looking at this photo, I mean, the saturation on the green is especially pumped up here. Way more green than it appeared, because I think there was like tiny shades of green in Spider-Man 2.
A bit.
But a little bit.
It looked
I
a lot
don't know
more.
if my memory is just
Like
thinking
it's a
that
lot
or
more
if that's
brown.
actually the case. Right here, though, the green color. Oh, that's awesome. That looks great. It's green in the glasses, the reflective lighting. Green freeway. It's a green tree.
Wow, so much green.
And I've actually been told something kind of specific about this photo. If you look closely to his arms, you can actually see that he has some red in his arms. Now, what
Yeah,
I've
I
been
was
told
gonna
from a
say.
source is that these are actually nanobots, and it looks like they could be from Tom Holland's nanotechnology Iron Spider suit. Now, that's all of the
What?
information that I could get,
So,
unfortunately.
like,
But if you do take a look closely,
Star
they
Trek?
do kind of look like it could be from Tom Holland's nano suit.
Yeah, they are a
now
lot
few
more red.
questions arise because of this. 1, why?
Wow,
2, who exactly did this? Now, the article
questions.
mentions that they are bringing villains over from the Sam Raimi universe. Obviously, Doc Ock
Is it as
confirmed,
red
as
in
we're
this
getting all of
image?
these pictures and saw him in the trailer. However, just because he's from the Raimi universe doesn't exactly mean it's the exact same Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Perhaps he comes from a timeline where he actually defeated Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and he lived and he went on, and perhaps he could have developed some nanotechnology himself. In fact, I actually think it would be pretty dang cool if his arms were nanotech. So could this be something that Doc Ock is doing? He does look like he is fully in control with the red nanotech on his tentacles, but it could also be something that Spider-Man tried to do. Did he try to deploy some of his suit on Doc Ock to try and fight him? Could he have tried to put his own nanotech on his tentacles to try and control the arms? Because I can definitely see how that could be a tactic. However, judging by this photo, I don't think it's really working.
Okay, wait, is the implication? What my question is specifically is he's saying it absorbed Iron Spider nanotech stuff.
Yeah.
That was during the middle of the fight, because
That's the sense I got from
pretty
this.
extreme to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I
if
feel like you prep in advance. What did you?
You would think so. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's technology that he hasn't quite seen yet, but also has the capability to assimilate or something. Because if you look at that shot of him holding Peter up, they don't look as red in that shot. They look more akin to the, way they looked in the Sam Raimi one. So it would appear visually that maybe it does happen like partway through the fight. Or this could be just a lot of freeway-based action in this movie.
I just feel like we gotta let some of this Stark tech die. It is a Stark tech, it's a nanotech, which is probably coming from Stark.
Well, who's broken through the nanotech barrier the most in this world?
I'm aware that in some of the comics that his arms are made of nanobots, so it does line up.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of sci-fi mumbo-jumbo inroads you can take to make this work.
Iron Man invented it, first movie ever to do nanotechnology.
Yeah,
And
he's
it's
gonna
not the answer for every crazy sci-fi invention ever in
Not
modern
today.
day action / sci-fi movies.
Not now. I'm like, when will they get some more nanotech plot lines going? Jeez.
Perhaps Doc Ock actually takes the nanotech from his suit and puts them on his tentacles.
It's a
We
cool
have no
photo.
idea what type of technology Doc Ock is
Absolutely.
going to have when he comes into Spider-Man No Way Home, but perhaps it could be pretty advanced. And I actually think this would be a cool initial encounter. Doc Ock kind of just completely overpowering Spider-Man to where he needs some help, aka the other two Spider-Men. Now, another picture that we have is of Spider-Man, and it appears that he is in the basement of the New York Sanctum. Three things
Nice.
about this photo that I noticed. One is
There's
that
a
there seems to
cameraman.
be sort of two parts to this basement. One part behind him looks like it has furniture, it looks like it's kind of a lounge area, and the part in front of him, where he's standing, kind of looks like it's all made out of rock. It actually looks like the place where Doctor Strange does the spell.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
second thing I noticed. But Peter Parker is in his Spider-Man suit here. And when we saw him in the trailer, he was not in his Spider-Man suit when Doctor Strange did the spell. This leads me to believe that this is going to be after he does the spell, and perhaps the villains could have broken out of the prison right here. This could be after Spider-Man and Doctor Strange fight. Because as rumor has it, right now, Doctor Strange and Peter fight, and that's what releases the villains.
I mean, it could be right before that photo where he's on top of the car that was released earlier,
Mm-hmm.
where Spider-Man's on top of the car. I mean, if anything, it could be right before the fight. They start getting into the shenanigans.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that. Pretty soon he'll get punched out of his body or whatever.
Yeah, where it becomes kind of like a hot potato with that prison.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can already see the sequence of like the box dropping and sliding around,
Yeah.
and them grabbing it and flying in the air, and Spider-Man getting it.
Flip,
and
flip,
Doctor Strange-
magic, magic!
Yeah, Spider-Man tries to thwip it, but then he opens up a sling ring and it goes through. And, yeah.
The last thing I noticed is the staircase in the background. That staircase is actually where Peter, MJ, and Ned were when we got our very first photo for Spider-Man No Way Home of the three of them looking up at a mysterious figure. This looks like the exact same place, so the mysterious figure could be Doctor Strange. However, at this point in time, Peter probably ran into him already. So could it actually be another Spider-Man coming from a different universe? That's something I'm very curious to see, because they want us to believe that they're looking at Doctor Strange, and typically when Marvel wants us to believe something, it's because it's something else.
it's a
But we'll have to
lie.
wait and see until the movie comes out. Now, there's two more photos, and there's not really that much to them to look into. One is of Doctor Strange. He's standing there with his arms crossed, he has a sling ring in his hand, and he has a cut on the side of his face. We can maybe assume that him and Peter just got done fighting, and the villains broke out, and possibly that scratch came from Peter or one of the villains. Again, it's just a picture of him in front of the sanctum with his arms crossed, which means he's probably pretty upset about something, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this is after the fight and after the villains get out, but again, it's just a picture of him standing there, so it's really hard to tell.
Honestly, that Doctor Strange photo could just be a set photo while he's getting direction.
Yes, exactly. Looks like he's listening. Yeah. It's like, okay, we'll do it again.
While they're
All right.
setting up a shot, it's just a BTS photo.
Yeah, no. Or he's just really kind of angry and bored with Spider-Man.
And for the last photo, we've kind of seen this before, and we know the context of the situation. This is pretty much right after the events of Spider-Man Far From Home's post-credit scene. MJ is with Peter, and they're very, very high. It looks like they were on top of some type of scaffolding or really big construction equipment. It looks like Peter grabbed MJ and kind of took
high.
off a little bit, but then the helicopter starts surrounding them.
cool
He's
shot.
wearing the exact same suit that he was in the post-credits of Far From Home, and so is MJ. She's wearing the exact same clothes. So we pretty much know exactly what the scene is. Now, like I did mention, Empire Magazine did talk a little bit about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Of course, they did not confirm anything. They're not going to confirm something that big in an
Damn you,
Empire
Empire.
Magazine article. article, but I'll tell you what they said. Now, first off, they did kind of address other rumors like Jamie Foxx returning as Electro, and of course Sandman and the Lizard returning as well, but all they really said was, these are rumors going around. Well, yeah, no kidding, there are rumors going around. And just saying that there are rumors is not confirming or denying, so it's a great response, but it doesn't tell us anything at all. But then they go and talk about other rumors, like Kristen Dunst possibly returning, Emma Stone possibly returning, and then they give us this paragraph. And most seismically, there have been reports that Holland won't be the only Spider-Man in the movie. That, at some point, the current Peter Parker will share a screen with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, the actors who preceded him in the role. We could be looking at a veritable peck of Peter Parkers, Spider-Mans doing whatever spiders can. It goes on to say the way in which these rumors have blossomed and mutated has been fascinating to watch, going from mere wishful thinking to being treated as cold, hard fact in record time. There is now an expectation among Spider fans that Garfield and Maguire will show up at some point in No Way Home.
First off, it sounds like they brushed past a lot of rumors and then they exceptionally magnified the one specific set of rumors. That would have to be approved by, this article has to be approved by Sony, everything that they are saying in here. Maybe kind of throw people off by bringing up some rumors of things that are likely not going to occur in the movie. Let's really hone in on one.
Yep, let's create a haystack and then place the needle.
Come on. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm reading into that.
No, this is all part of the master plan.
And listen to what Kevin Feige says about this. Rumors are fun because many of them are true, and many of them are not true. The danger is when you get into the expectations game of wanting people to be excited about the movie they get and not disappointed by a movie they didn't get. To me, Kevin Feige is playing it cool. I mean, it's Kevin Feige, he's the ultimate cool guy. But at this point in time, I've seen enough evidence for myself and have talked to enough insiders who have confirmed that both Tobey and Andrew are in the film that I fully believe that they are coming. In fact, I've been told some pretty specific details about some scenes that unfortunately I can't reveal. But I love how Kevin Feige said rumors are fun because many of them are true.
I would never read too much into what Kevin Feige says. To me, there's absolutely nothing different there about Kevin Feige's quote of what he says about everything and every rumor. Everything he ever gets asked about is like, maybe it is, maybe it is. Yeah, but probably not.
Yeah, I mean that's the ultimate answer.
That's every Feige answer is you're probably right, or you're probably wrong.
It's like unless the rumors are actually damaging, that's the best thing to do is just be like, sure, maybe. Have fun. Discuss amongst yourselves. You never know.
You can say rumors are true. You saw Doc Ock in the trailer.
See, told you. That was the one true one. All the rest of them are false.
They're not going to let them talk about it and get everybody's expectations up just for them to not be in the movie. But let me know what you think about these new photos and about this article in the comments down below.
I think nothing.
Woof.
Nah, man, that's great stuff, dude. Especially the whole eye-opening thing about the nanotech with Doc Ock. As much as there's rumor and the many rumors that Green Goblin is the main villain, I really feel like they're having us focus primarily on Doc Ock.
Yeah.
We know the MCU, a lot of times they put your attention towards one villain in the marketing and then you're like, oh, this is actually the other villain.
All of these Ock scenes are actually Green Goblin scenes with the Goblin painted.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, Spider-Board, thank you for covering this and breaking this down for us and for everything this week. More and I are actually buddies, okay? So he's really sent me a lot of messages to stop covering his videos and that it's getting out of hand and ruining our friendship. And I said, nay, views first.
Friends, a distant third or fourth.
Guys, subscribe to Cosmic Wonder if you haven't done so. Hit that like button, say hi to Jesus, and hey, we'll thwip you guys soon.